Horrorible Movies, written by Brian Fredmore McGregor on Saturday the 25th of November 2023. This is a wholly fictional comedy sketch in every way, manner and form. It is neither suggestive nor offers advice. It relates to no person, enterprise or business, and offers no viewpoint nor opinion either. It is a wholly fictional take and entertainment only. So let's move on then. Now, this comedy sketch is about horror movies, which, well, put it this way, the real horror isn't always the movie itself. Now then, it might be me, but I often wonder about the victims in horror movies, as it's always like they've had a very sheltered life. I mean, if the cream towels, which are heavily stained, aren't a giveaway, then surely the constant dripping sound with no apparent source of water would make them want to have a quick exit. But wait, no. Instead, they wander ever deeper into the catacombs of a small house they've just entered, which outside is tiny and inside is like a park. Which isn't bad considering the initial request was the pretense of a cup of tea. It makes you wonder why the basement is the best place for something like a cup of tea. You know, a tea bag in a cup. Well, I certainly wonder. And not just that, but the cast too. I mean, why is it every door is only squeaky when someone is about to get, yes, plonked under the floorboards? I mean, you know, has the whole cast never seen like a horror movie, especially in the 70s or 80s? You know, just an example, eh? The violins and beating drums should want anyone to leave by themselves. It got me very worried anyway, this trend in horror movies of the killer having a dodgy name. It's like they're called Kelly the Killer. Kelly the Killer. And they ask you to proceed into the basement. And they happen to be teetotal, grow roses and do jigsaws. Although glossed over the fact, under the floorboards they are filled with other dafties not smart enough to leave. And then there's the other worrying trend. There's always someone peeking through into the death area and watching. I mean, for crying out loud, don't you have a signal on your mobile, or the halfway through texting their cousin about the weather and about how cold it is? Because if that doesn't make you shudder, then it's the hacky slash bit, trust me. I was waiting for it to make the matters worse. They scream even when they're hiding. Now, I'm no expert, but if someone is chasing you and you hide, screaming might direct them to where you're hiding. It might. A lot quicker than if you hunkered up and said nothing. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, nothing like nothing, eh? Says, end my short part in this horror movie. Quicker than scream, scream, scream. I'm in here hiding and you can't see me, but scream, scream, scream. Although, you know, on the bright side, it's fortunate that all folk end up under the floorboards have a good set of lungs. As when they set about screaming the place down, it's actually quite impressive. As, wait for it, nobody ever hears a thing in the whole street, apart from someone twitching the half-white curtains in the kitchen, which are checkered, yes. Unbelievable. I've seen some acted out parts and they produce a wailing, like a banshee at a bonfire. Aye. So now as I think over And you can quote me on this. Well, actually, probably not, as I'll just laugh and loud like that. But the most horror in some of these horrors is the lines themselves, which are screaming themselves. Trust me, and loudly like that. It's almost like the next victim is near asking, put me under the kitchen laminate right away just now. That itself is a worrying trend. And I worry as these films, well, they make me worry. Although after all said and done and saying that, some horrors do give me nightmares, but when I think of them asleep, it's either the set, the acting lines, or both together, however jumbo it looks. So now, over the years, I've seen only a few horror comedies, but in all fairness, I prefer them. It's a good laugh. I pull out all the cliches, ropey stereotypes, and somewhat worst. And when I say worst, well, the best of comedy in comedy is in right there. And you might not realise it right away until later, but it's there. So after all said and done, a pinch of salt is often needed with some of these older films, and in fairness, there's plenty of new ones just as dodgy, which couldn't be classed as C-raters, but never mind. And that's a good job, aye. So one last note, not all horror movies are the same. Some might make you laugh, even when it's not meant to be, but either way, I like horror, well, horrible movies, as I call them, aye. And that's it, that's the end. So, the end is. Another Brian Fredworm McGregor production on Saturday the 25th of November 2023.